Are you ready to party? Let's go.
My beautiful people, we have Danielle Baltazar Kravit. Almost said.
Present.
We have Sam Komalafe.
Yo.
And my man, Jordan Jimiola.
What's up?
Yeah.
Back for our monthly review of August. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, man. Let's get it.
There's a lot been going on, like we say every single month.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Let's get it.
I would like to start off, though, with a little bit of an, kind of shout out and also announcement. So, for starters, want to send our condolences to Tony Baker. I know everybody's got to know who he is.
Yeah.
He does all like the funny animal recording voices. Anyway, so he lost his son due to a car accident like 2 weeks ago. So if you notice, he hasn't been posting just as much. But yeah.
Right.
So
I don't even know who you're talking about still.
No, you totally know. Because we're going to show you a clip and you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to feel bad.
Well, either way, that's tragic.
Either way.
Oh, you don't know
Shout
him? You don't remember him either? Or
I was trying to play like I did, but
I've sent plenty in
Really?
the chat.
Okay, so I've for sure seen his work. I just
Yeah.
maybe didn't know who it
Yeah.
was. But either way, losing a child
I know
is
Sam posts a
horrible.
lot of his stuff. And,
Yeah, stuff is great.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, I've seen it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Anyways, just sending condolences out to him. Also, though, just a little mini shout out. I have to admit, I was a little jealous when Pony Boy was here.
Oh,
Just a little.
My God. That was a good episode.
It was a great episode.
Good episode.
One, because we finally had somebody who speaks my movie language.
I know.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have skipped a beat. Actually, but I was here in spirit because you guys didn't know this, but I was sending gifts to Sam pretty much all night.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was super under the influence and laughing and sending him like recordings like of him being a cameraman in every angle. So
I was like, what is this?
I was just giggling in my garage.
I need to work.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was okay, like the Michelle Rodriguez thing, it's just the movie lines that she spits. Like,
I know, but I could see it though. When he said that,
you're not the only one with a gun, bitch. I guess I could see myself saying that.
You know
could do
Michelle Rodriguez? That's truly impressive. Because every time, it's just the expansion of knowledge from your movie genres is quite impressive.
Right.
I fancy myself a movie buff, but
You stand corrected.
I bow down.
Anyways.
You win.
Well, shout out to Pony Boy. But
Yeah.
anyways, what are we starting out with?
Wait.
Oh, hey, can I do a shout out?
Yeah, what do you
This is like the shout out time.
Yep, man.
Right?
Get it.
I just want to say congratulations, dude. We've been doing this for a year now.
Yes.
And
dude.
this is
I love it.
so awesome. It's
Yes.
been, I can't believe it's actually been a year. And just the development of how this has gone and where we're going with it. And, look at, we got cameras and, we were in the other room in the kitchen, for a while. This is really rad, man. I commend all the efforts and everything gone into it and stoked to be a part of the ride.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
yes, I appreciate that from all of you. Yeah, it's been an interesting ride. Starting from plastic tables and chairs to now we have like a nice wooden table, leather chairs, and
So crazy.
Solid, baby.
yeah, we kind of. I mean, we didn't know what we were doing when we started, but now we kind of have a cool team. We have our editor. We got you guys. Both of you filled in on podcasts. I think yours with your cousin was the most. I think the F-bomb has ever been dropped.
God.
Also one of the highest viewed.
This is right.
There's an association there that works.
Also, my podcast was also the longest. I know Pony Boy thought it was his, but
Yours is.
mine is.
Yours is
He
the
stands
longest.
corrected. I mean, but who's measuring dicks right now? But
Oh, he will
Right.
because he's gonna be watching. So I'm gonna be the middle person. God, I'm gonna hear all of
And
it.
also, Pony Boy, I actually yell at Tim, not Sam.
Yeah.
I love Sam.
Yeah, Sam is dope.
If Sam goes 2 days without talking to me, I'm
Right.
texting him asking if we're arguing.
Exactly. What's going on?
Yeah.
What do you mean you love Sam?
Yeah,
What happened to me?
Well, and Chris is the same way. So little do you know, Sam, you're in a relationship somehow with me and Chris.
Apparently.
Apparently.
I didn't know this.
Let's
yeah.
make this happen.
Oh,
Right.
So,
You just found out about this? I was like, I would have dressed nicer. I didn't know it was going-
great. Nice.
She hit that bell, baby.
Yeah,
Well,
I
hey,
love it.
I appreciate all the shout outs. Yeah, it takes a team to get to where you want to go. I think we got a good one. We have something going pretty good. It's worth the work. I'm excited. I like talking to people. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's do it.
salute.
Let's go, baby. I love it. What are we starting out with for August? Because
It
I'm
started.
just gonna say I don't want to start with Afghanistan.
No, you can't.
Because that'll take up the whole time.
That'll be the whole show. No, I can't
Right,
talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah, bro.
We-
I'm just gonna-
Maybe
we
the
start with?
closure. We're gonna go with the celebs. Let's
go.
just get all the dumb stuff out of the way.
Whoa,
Well,
Start us off.
kind of.
kind of.
Okay, so what happened, to Lady Gaga?
Okay, so you know her whole dog walker, how he pretty much like risked his life trying to save her dogs, who she had a $500K reward for getting them back, no questions asked, right? Anyway, so her dog walker ended up going through this like major like lung surgery because he got shot like I don't know several times trying to save her dogs. Well, he's now broke and he's just trying to like live that van life where he wants to get a van and just travel, but he's like broke as shit with all these medical bills and stuff. And is all we're saying is, where's Lady Gaga on this stuff? Like, you can't just buy him a van. Like,
Yeah, that's
You
a
know?
tough one.
Wait.
That's making her look bad.
Yeah.
That's making her look real bad.
I had
Yeah.
no idea. He's homeless.
yeah, he's pretty much homeless right now
So,
because
and
he's
she's not hooking him up at all.
exactly
Man,
like
How much? Okay, Jordan, you ever found on you?
I do.
How much is Lady Gaga worth?
Okay,
Say
how about
when.
this? Can we all say outside? Say when. That's my best outcome. That's all I
Sam's
got.
operating the cameras. He can't. My man's. He's busy.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
I know.
my
Okay, are we
brain
gonna
is
guess?
working.
I'm gonna say over 200 million,
Oh, you think 200 million?
at least.
Yeah.
Oh
sure.
my God,
Really?
Lady Gaga? Yeah, dude.
So I think Justin Timberlake's around there, and he's pretty top
I'm
top.
not saying I'm.
He is, but like today, like right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say 110 million.
Okay.
I'm clueless actually on this one.
So Lady Gaga, according to CelebrityNetWorth.com, is saying that her net worth, which is just the money that we know about, is 320 million.
Oh
God damn.
my God!
She's also 5'1". I didn't know that.
She has. Wait a minute.
And she's a natural brunette.
I didn't know that either. But you know what?
Kick down a few.
What the hell,
Yeah.
man? You have
Come
someone
on.
who's doing like the full Rambo move in front of her dog. I just see someone dive in, slow motion.
I picture that Keanu meme, the cartoon one where he's like with the dog.
Right?
Hell yeah.
And I'm not saying that like anyone is indebted to anybody for act of courage and stuff, but if I was worth 320 million and my dog walker sacrificed their life for my dog, who I'm assuming that Lady Gaga likes her pets.
Right. 500,000, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The $500,000 animal,
Right, right.
dog. Which again, you can't put a price in happiness, but you can a little bit.
Get the man at home at least.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, here's $1 million.
Right.
That was pretty rad what you did. Thank you. And now you don't have to worry about, unless it's optional that he wants to live in a van, but I'm assuming
Well,
the story is no.
He wants to like travel around the world apparently, but he has a GoFundMe going on. So
Is
if
it
any of you
working?
guys do want to help him out,
Right.
there's a GoFundMe.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember his name. You could Google it. But anyways,
So the house though, like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, a van,
Oh, yeah. I just said a house
No,
because
no,
I
I
was
know,
thinking
yeah.
like
Pocket
maybe a
change.
couple $100,000 of like, hey, that was pretty cool. Because like,
right.
not everyone
At
would do
least.
that. Like
Yeah.
me, I'm not doing that.
Fuck no.
Yeah, but
If
how
someone's
many?
like, hey, give me your dog, I'd be like, fucking, do you want my wallet too?
Exactly.
Just get out of here.
he's just like,
It's a gun. I'm a fucking yoga pants. Because a guy would wear yoga pants that's walking in Lady Gaga's dog.
Of course,
Which
bro.
is cool and they're comfy. I get it.
Are they?
You know?
Right?
that-
Yeah, Jordan.
Hey.
Maybe. I don't know. Spandex, it's popular in the 80s.
I was like,
Molly
okay.
Crew, they did it.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
that
It's all
side
good.
pocket is everything. Let me tell you.
Well, you're not hiding nothing in those
No.
things, that's for sure.
No.
You're just throwing it out there.
No.
Hey, first live one, huh?
Yeah, man.
Well, you know who is doing well too, money wise, is Rihanna, who is now one of our newest self-made billionaires.
Okay, what made her?
the Forbes.
What made her a billionaire? I didn't know she had.
I want to
other-
say Fenty. It's like a makeup brand, kind of like a Kylie Jenner type thing.
So is she outselling Kylie? No, Kylie.
I don't know if she's outselling, to be honest, but that's pretty much what's put her up there because she hasn't had an album out in years.
Right.
So she's making all this money off of her makeup line, her fragrance line, all cosmetic type stuff.
Wow.
So way to go.
Damn.
Should have opened up a makeup store.
You should.
Well, I don't know about now, but
We can make up our own makeup.
I mean, yeah, sure.
You know what you should open though?
It's the COVID line.
I watched a documentary today called Donut
Right,
King.
exactly.
Copyright.
It's called Donut King.
Oh, you were watching that earlier, yeah.
It's really good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a Cambodian guy who came over in the 70s. After I can't remember if there's some genocide was happening over there, and he had a donut for the first time, loved it, and he started opening donut shops all over the place.
Wow.
And he owned like 65.
Wow.
Oh, dude, that's I don't know why I know
Christie's.
this, but I've read something about talking about why there's so many donut shops, not just because they're delicious, but at the time of like maybe it was the 70s or just I don't have an exact time frame, but supposedly they were one of the easiest business loans to get. To open up a donut shop because the overhead is so cheap. Like to buy the dough to make a donut, it's like, they might charge $1, but they cost a cent to make.
Right.
So like it was like a pretty, I guess, kind of common thing at the time, and a donut shop explosion. I gotta see see this documentary. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to hijack that one. I just liked.
No, it was just
wanted to share that.
Let me get it off.
I just had to get it off my chest.
Build fucking donuts. Build them, don't make them.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Stupid.
King of donuts.
Like collapsing in his chair over there.
I didn't know where I was going with that. I forgot.
Brittany
I wrote it.
update though.
Sorry.
Yo, that's a lot of good
update.
news with her right now.
Yes, but that clip that Chris Hall shared with us kind of makes you think at the same time.
Yeah, it's.
Have you
It
seen
kinda
her
had me 50-50.
Instagram posts lately again? She's back with the nudies again.
Yeah, she's a little off. She's something I read stated that she said she's trying to claim her own.
What are you looking
I
at,
didn't
Jordan?
see these.
I was gonna show everybody.
Oh, right. We're ready for it.
Okay.
No, the
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up.
article I read said
My
that
man.
she's putting it up because she's stating that she's trying to claim her body back and do the things that
Got
she
it.
wants to do. If I remember correctly. So I don't know though, because those are kind of posted. You're like,
Yeah.
a little odd.
Her dad is stepping down. We just don't know when yet, but he is mentioning stepping down.
Voluntarily?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're taking heat.
Yeah,
Jamie
they
Lynn.
are. They totally are.
Jamie, Lynn, the whole legal team, a lot of them are just like, we're out.
Because when she was able to like get her own lawyer, pretty much.
Right.
It was over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? We'll see. Because given that clip that I'm talking about with you that you saw, one point that was stated was like, well, she does have her money. So once she gets more control, let's see how long that lasts her too. I think that'll
That's a good point.
show too where
Yeah,
she's
because
at.
I would have thought.
Let's let her detox a little bit because I'm pretty sure she's still like stoned as shit on whatever they're giving her.
Big time.
Eyes are all blasted out every
Big
time.
know.
But,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I was shocked that she had all her money because
Goes from The Simpsons.
no, I thought her dad would have spent it all. Being a
Yeah.
conservator. So when they said she has all her money, I was kind of like, oh shit. Well,
does-
that's why I kind of stood back a little bit. It's like, oh, could I be wrong here on this one? I've been hashtagging Free Britney for a while.
Right.
I don't want to look like an idiot.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it, Britney.
Anyways,
But when does that happen? Is there like a
I don't know. So it looks like every month there's like a new date. So we're just trying to see this whole saga unravel.
Right.
Nirvana's getting sued though by the Nevermind baby. Apparently, he's stating child pornography and that he was exposed and he's
you had no
embarrassed,
consent, right?
no consent. It's ruined his life. Yada yada yada.
Okay, here we go. Here's the main question.
I don't think I would have.
Do you think it's just for a money grab, or is he
Yes.
actually
Yeah,
offended?
absolutely?
It's a money grab.
But I think he's also doing like some type of like fundraiser or foundation towards something similar like child exposure or something like that I heard of, but I didn't write it down. I might have to Google that, but
I mean,
possibly. But I guess if good comes out of it for that, okay. But I personally think it's a money dig. Like, why are you waiting now?
That was my thought.
Yeah.
It really was. It's kind of like, dude, all these years, I wouldn't even know who he was if I passed him on the street.
Right.
I'd have no clue.
Right.
but if your naked baby picture was on the cover of one of the most popular albums of
I
all
see you
time with
owning
the
it.
most sales, I personally would have it huge blown up like in my living room, like be like, this got me on the map, baby.
See that junk?
But-
That's mine right there.
That was big then, big now.
I was like, I was doing okay. But at the same time, part of me, like, I was literally just talking about this yesterday because I just found out about that. And I thought, like, that's such a weird perspective, you know, because absolutely, it probably is a money grab. Let's be real here. But at the same time, you know, what if you grew up like you're the dude that was like the naked baby on the album cover, you know? I'm sure depending on how your life turns out about 20 years down the line, whether it's good, you probably don't give a shit. But if you're going down a rough route, you're probably looking at things to blame. And I feel like that might be a decent one to blame it on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like I can kind of empathize with the idea that it'd be like, whoa, dude, like you did this shit when I was a kid, you know, and you don't have any consent, you know? So it's like if this guy really does, like if he wins, like I could see it winning. I could also see it losing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then if it wins, then what happens? Oof, I don't know if I should even say that. This is going to be like politically kind of.
Get it.
Bring it, dude.
Right here.
Okay, and I don't mean this like in a negative way. Like this is like a serious
We're in
conversation.
the circle of trust.
We're in the trust tree.
We're in the trust.
So
Are we
me and my
not?
wife went
Are
to
we
the Olive
not?
Garden the other night and noticed another waitress standing over there and couldn't help but kind of panties she was wearing. Anyway,
It's okay.
it's like old school. No, but what I was getting at with that is that like, so if this kind of stuff wins, what happens that, you know, the push for like youth transgenderism is a very popular topic, and there's a lot of states that are opening up and allowing kids more so to influence over their parents' feelings. Not that it's set in stone, and like I know it's probably a very small window of people that are doing that. I don't know. I didn't experience it. I have a hard time being able to say what's right or wrong. But what I will say is that when a child is making that determination on their own, whether the parents are backing it up or not, and they have the opportunity to do something, let's say not just like dress in a different way or act in a certain way, that's cool, whatever. But if you're introducing like hormonal therapy to change the chemical makeup of someone's structure at a very early age, what happens when that person might be 30 years old, 35 years old, and they're like, whoa, dude, my life is like completely different. Let's say they have a change of mind. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's the wrong thing. I mean, if you ask a 5-year-old what their favorite food is, this week it might be hamburgers, next week it's burritos. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, nuggets, dino nuggets, 100%. And so I'm not saying that that's like, I have like an idea of exactly how to handle that, and I respect everyone's, you know, decisions that they make. I may differ in my thought process on how you make those things, but I also think, you know, I'm not in that scenario, so I don't know.
Can I be honest with some of you?
Yeah.
If my titties were your guys' cover photo and you guys blew the fuck up and I'm 35, I'd be so stoked.
All right.
Right, but
Stating that.
I don't think everyone would though. You could easily find something. You know, you could find something to you know to be like, well, you know,
Yeah,
look at me now.
I mean, Jordan had a good point. I see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I really do. It makes sense.
Right.
But then it's like Danielle said, after all this time, bro.
Come on.
Like, spent how many fucking years? Like 25, 30
you could have
years?
came out this the moment you were 18.
Yeah, like
Right,
now
right.
you want to grab, you know, it's kind of
Exactly.
like, and it's in the time of the cancel culture, politically
time.
correctness. It's
yes.
like, man, that kind of all adds up a little too good for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess maybe more so the idea that I was going with is that if this does win, for regardless of whatever the reason is, because I would lean that way as well. I would think, okay, dude, you probably would have done it when you were 16 years old. You know what I mean? Or your parents would have, you know, or whatever, as soon as you're at a certain age. But
Statute of limitations, too. We don't know what that is.
100%, you know, but I'm also saying that sets the groundwork for these other kind of scenarios where you have these influences of kids or their parents making a decision for their kid and something messes up later down the road. It's like, what is the limitation? The only reason why I brought up that subject matter is because I could see that being problematic later down the road if that individual has a change of heart. And it happened under their parents' influence while they were minor.
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
they're adult, and now they're like going after their parents. I would think there'd be some legal grounds on ramifications, right? So it's like that kind of opens up this really weird realm. Now, yes, it's the Nirvana kid picture. I mean, who do you get made fun of for it?
Right.
Really? Do you?
I'd be owning that
You
like
know?
no other.
Same here.
Yeah, that is my dick.
Or I'd just be like, hey, I have one of the most familiar wieners in the world.
Right.
Even though it's like as a baby,
I
but
was
you know
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying?
yeah.
I was like, it's bigger now.
Right.
You know.
But you know,
Is it?
speaking of dicks though, OnlyFans. OnlyFans is ending pornography.
Yeah, and then they brought it back.
I was like, update.
They did bring it back?
They brought it back.
Oh.
They can't survive with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They couldn't survive without
that
it.
just threw out my whole story.
What was your story though?
Well, mine was
What were you
like,
gonna say?
what's considered, at what level is considered pornography? Like a nip, a dick,
Well, here's my thing too, though, with this because
leather stage.
I talked to someone about it.
stock. Like what's going on? Like, what do you consider?
Do you wanna know the-
when is
the
that
criminal
line
answer?
crossed with the pornography?
Yeah. Do you
So the
have
criminal answer would be if it shows a butthole
Oh,
or a vagina. Otherwise, wieners, boobs, butt
so it's like
cheeks.
butthole.
So Cinemax
Has to be the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're down with Cinemax.
Or the vagina.
Okay, got it.
Try to answer that as straight faced as I can. Professionalism.
Just see the fucking.
That was good though. That was good. Yeah. And I had to
Anyway, no, that's
specify.
I think that's like.
had to
That's
No, that is. Don't ask me how I know about this.
Yeah, right.
but I know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that September or October date then is canceled. So I was gonna say because I have a few clients that I'm almost positive that's how they get their money. So I was like, is this gonna affect my tip later? Or
Hey, my thing is like the whole OnlyFans thing. A few things on it, but them saying no more porn and then reversing it, I just think that shows how weak they are personally.
Big time.
They didn't
Yeah.
stick to their guns. Now, me agreeing or not agreeing with it, I honestly don't give a shit what somebody looks at or what they do.
Right.
If they're paying for that or whatever it is and they want to see it, it's not, I don't care. It's not my fucking problem. And also, it's not changing any part of my life. That's their decision. They're adults. If they want to do it, go for it. That's why I don't understand why people are like, oh my God, OnlyFans. I'm thinking, why do you care? Like, who cares, man?
Right.
Fuck it. They're paying for it.
Well, they must have. So I heard like a comment earlier when this first came out, like somebody was talking about it on the radio and they were like kind of seeing them as being lazy because Pornhub, what is all they did was end up just like doing this like signed thing to where when somebody logs in, they obviously ask you at least, are you this of age?
Right.
And realistically, that's kind of like how OnlyFans only had to do it. But they're just stating like there must be just being lazy, saying, okay, fuck it. Well, you can't do that then. But then they're realizing, okay, well, that's for probably
a
majority where your money.
I mean, let's be real. Everyone's adults, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people are people. We've been humans on this earth for centuries. One thing that's
I
always
get
going to
it.
happen, they always going to be fucking.
Right.
It is what it is, man.
Right. Right.
So I just don't understand why it
That's
bothers.
the next T-shirt. That's solid. Like, it's all. They're always gonna be fucking.
Dude,
Yeah,
trademark
just
that shit,
like
dude.
this,
I
hand
just
up.
I just want your face expression like that.
Oh no, it's gonna be Tim.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
That's all I'm just saying.
I can see
I just
that.
don't understand why some people get so bothered by it,
Yeah,
thinking
man.
it's not your business.
Exactly.
If it's private and they're paying for it, who cares?
Right.
I mean, in all honesty, you can make the argument that is a secure transmission of pornography into the internet because
Big
if
time.
you are a minor and you go on Pornhub, there's no restriction. You get into whatever you're looking for. Whereas OnlyFans, the only way to access it, so I've been told, is is a subscription. Otherwise, there's nothing on there that you can. That's actual pornography.
Right.
So I find it interesting the attack on OnlyFans because it's like at the end of the day, I agree with you completely. You're gonna do what you want to do. You want to. Hey, look, if you can find 5,000 people that want to stare at your boobs every day when you post a picture, and
I forgot I had it. I'm sorry.
It's
Should have hit
okay.
it like
Good.
10
there's
times
been
already.
a lot of buzzers, but
A lot of dicks and tits.
fact. But God, I was going good.
Back to you, Jordan.
Yeah, I was like, "Hi, I'm Tits McGee, Ron Burgundy." No, but so the fact that you have to pay that much money, it's like you can't access it if you're not paying. You know what I mean? So it's like, look, if as an individual, you're like, look, I have 5,000 people. I send one picture of my boob every day. Every day. That's it. They pay me $10 a month.
A fucking
It's
nip.
$5,000 a month.
A nip.
For just
How many
doing,
people?
and
Right.
it takes 5 seconds. You don't even need to prepare
Right.
for that. Maybe a little flick and a snap, and boom, you're good.
Right.
You know,
You're talking my language now, Jordan.
depending on whatever angle you're trying to go with.
I told you about my nip kink.
No, that's
Well,
not
I
true.
put it in the group
You
chat.
showed it. Yes. I've told you. The fuck.
Like, you told me, I was like, I don't think so, actually.
Exactly,
but okay,
yeah.
we know.
It was
hey, we know
actually in the
now.
I
group
remember that
chat.
shit.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Anyways,
Anyway, OnlyFans.
were you guys invited to Obama's birthday bash?
Who's?
Yeah, what?
You know,
I
surprisingly,
felt like everybody was there.
I'm surprised.
I was like, is that movie code? No, I was like, I want to talk about OnlyFans a little bit still, man.
Right?
Because that's a big deal. It really is. That they were going to
Yeah.
pull that off, right? Because I don't know. I think like Jordan said, to me, it's a more secure way. I thought the same thing too. I'm like, well, now you're not going to have kids fucking going on and looking stuff up while you're gone. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, totally.
Right.
But then people are fighting. Well, that's fucking pornography, and they say call them all sorts of names and this and that. I'm thinking, is there something in your life like you want to reveal that you're having a problem with, or like why do you care so much?
Yeah.
I always wonder that. I'm like, why do you care so much about what someone else is doing?
Dude, and like, I mean, in all honesty, it's like, okay, if you're going to talk about like, because I don't think it's good for a bunch of like young kids to have full access of Pornhub. You know what I mean? And actually there was another article that I read that was actually about that, talking about like the sexual aggression issues with like adolescents at the, not like teenagers, young teens, things like that. Right. Because the access to there's like basically anything they want to see is there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, and which makes sense. It's like, look, if you, let's say before you have your first sexual encounter with whoever that may be, right? Like if you go back 20 years ago, it's like normally in magazines, it was something else. It was like there was steps out of the understanding the process of what's going on that weren't as readily available. So I think there was this like little bit of like expectation, misunderstanding of what you're expect. It's your first time, all this kind of stuff. Whereas now it's like, people can be watching the craziest porns, right, for years before they have a sexual encounter with somebody. And then the first time they do with someone, they think that the phone should be down. I'm just kidding, dude. You're good. Normally it's me, bro. High five. It's like the first time. Yeah. No, but like, so their first encounter, they're thinking they need to like shove a squid in their butthole or something. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Or be oiled up, or mom and boy,
anything.
or 3-on-1.
Right.
Or feet, or anal.
Things,
I mean, not that I've ever seen any of that. I'm just saying those are some of the things that they could look at on there. You know what I'm saying?
That
is
sounds
true.
like a lot of stamina.
Yeah, man. Round and Brown.
A lot of what?
A lot of stamina.
Mia Khalif.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
Standard search
Mia
stuff.
what? Mia.
Shout out, dude. She's single.
No,
yeah,
really,
bro.
dude? So is
Yeah,
Sarah
apparently.
J.
Wow.
What?
That bitch
Crazy.
is old though.
What? Sophia D?
Shit.
Hey.
Hey, yes. Yes.
I don't know any of these women. Sorry.
Neither do I.
Stupid.
Man, I'm just
There's a
good
lot
at.
of buzzers on that one.
Right.
You should have kept hitting. I don't know where those names came from.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No.
I'm blacked out.
Unless just Lopez. I don't
Must
know
have
where that
dreamt
came
it.
from. I know.
Yeah.
Dude,
Anyways.
Right.
Well, anyway, it sounds like they reversed it, so OnlyFans is back on.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Good
I'm
segue,
gonna
Jordan.
take
Good-
pictures of my belly button.
Yeah,
Yeah, charge $5.99, and I'm gonna do camera angles, and
Yeah,
like I'll just
man.
put a little sugar on there sometimes. You'd be like, "Where's he at? Why is he?" I was like, "Is it the beach? Is he in the kitchen? Does this guy cook?"
You never know.
You know, $5 a month. Fucking figure it out.
Put a cherry in it.
Oh yeah, I'll do everything. It's my belly button. I don't give a fuck. You want to look at it and do whatever? Doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Exactly, bro.
That's $5 a month.
I was gonna say $5.99.
1,000 people. I'm
Yeah,
not
man.
working much anymore.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'll step on some cake with my feet.
Dude,
I'm
we
down.
don't talk about cake. What about Obama's birthday bash?
Oh, that was dope.
Fuck it.
That was dope, man.
I know. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us are
Yeah.
on COVID lockdowns. Got to follow these rules. But hey,
You see that man
Fuck
twerking?
it.
You see that man getting down?
dude, I think hear me out.
He's got moves, dude.
Everyone
He
has.
did-
Everyone
he
should be. Everyone should be celebrating their birthday and doing all this stuff. But if you're gonna be preaching and telling people to put their mask on and stay home, and they can't work. But
And
you're
have
gonna,
hundreds.
But you're gonna throw a party for
Hundreds.
hundreds of people dancing with no COVID regulations and no masks.
It's a wrong
Bro.
time. Wrong fucking
It's just
time.
like Gavin Newsom. Recall coming soon.
Right.
To a
right.
fucking house near you.
Don't forget to vote.
God, man. I just think it was
Is it by the
hypocritical.
15th or the
there.
16th?
Just everything was so light and airy feeling.
Oh,
Are you
Look,
ready? Are you ready?
Not really, dude. I feel
Exactly,
like
bro.
we're gonna get fired
You know
up,
what
dude.
sucks about that though? I'm trying not to get my hopes up because I really think like it's not going to happen. Something's just going to like
There's a really good chance that the
Really
recall
good
doesn't
chance.
pass.
Yeah.
You know,
Really-
even though, I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying I know a ton of people, but I feel like the general consensus is that Gavin Newsom has been pretty much a letdown and has been, you know, and I'm not the governor, so I can't say that I know how it is, but I do know this. If I'm telling you that you need to do your part as a California citizen and stay at home, wear a mask, do all this stuff, and then I go and I throw a soiree, because that's what those expensive parties are called, and you know,
Learn
no one's
something new every
masking
day.
and everyone's hanging out and having a good old freaking time. And then the next day you come out and you start blistering people for not complying with staying at home. You're a fucking moron if you think that that isn't the most hypocritical thing you could possibly do. And I don't want to hear an excuse. I don't hear it because there's none. You can't do it. You know, there's no excuse. It's him, you know, Obama's party, fucking
And
Pelosi just had a huge
those
thing.
posts had to be deleted.
Yeah.
Those posts were
so-
were rushed
Erica-
to be deleted, but you know.
I think Erica
screenshots.
Badu is the one who took the pictures at Obama's, right?
Oh shit.
I thought it was the DJ.
Was it DJ?
I think it was a DJ.
'Cause
And
Erica Badu came out with an apology, saying she shouldn't have been there taking pictures and she shouldn't.
maybe she took some, but what I've read is the DJ did a lot, and he also showed himself and somebody else smoking weed.
I don't care about that. I know. I think
Yeah,
you
that's not
should.
a big-
like,
yeah.
if, you know, I heard that, I saw
I
a
mean,
little video of the weed bar.
personally, that's
Which I
what would
thought
be
that was
going on
like-
at my party. But
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm like, good for him, man.
it sounds like it was
President
lit.
for 8 years. I'd smoking all the time.
Right,
I'd be like, fucking life's crazy. Let me tell you, dude. I know a lot of crazy shit.
Right.
I'm going to get high.
Right.
I get that. I would understand that scenario. But again, the hypocrisy of it. It's
Big time.
like you're going to say you can't do something. And
If
I'm
it was
clearly gonna
done
do what
a
I
year
wanna do.
ago, can you imagine?
Right.
That's what I always ask myself. If
yeah.
if these actions were done a year ago,
Filleted.
what would be going on?
I think another thing is that it's back to
Impeachment.
back. Like you said, you know, Newsom, Biden. It's back to back with, you know, that particular party. So I think that's a big thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, but yes, you're right. You know, it being, you know, about a year ago, that would be even more to talk about.
We'd have like buildings burning and
Right.
riots going, and that's just the hypocrisy of what's going on right now is just disgusting me. Like,
It is,
I
it is.
don't get it because it's so black and white. It's so obvious. Nobody's even hiding anything. It's a simple Google, literally at this point, and I just don't get it. It's like I'm wearing a white shirt, but they're still trying to convince me I'm wearing a white shirt.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right.
In a lot of scenarios.
Jordan,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Bro. I was just going to say we were talking about like polarization and
Oh, yeah.
like the shift from one party to the
Can
other.
I get a definition on that word?
Polarization.
Yeah.
It's
I can't even spell it.
so polar opposites. When one thing is on one end and the other is on the other end.
Okay, good, because I was thinking of a bear. Go ahead.
Polarization.
I was going to look it up, but that was solid, Sam.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. So yeah, like when things are completely opposite, as far as, you know, parties go. So parties are, that's why they're created one side here, one side there, east and west. So you go from Trump to now. It's like, yeah, no, everything going on now is a problem, and bring back Trump, you know. And then it's like, well, I mean, would he really? How good would it be, you know, back then? Because we were also shitting on him then. You know what I'm saying?
As the president?
Yeah,
Here,
as
before,
president.
before we continue, this is going to be could be a dicey subject, so make sure let everyone finish each other's statement
Right.
without cutting them off, and we'll continue forward perfectly.
It's also a warning.
I just want to ring the bell.
I know.
Perfect timing.
No, just so we're not stepping over each other.
Yeah.
It's good.
My bad, dude.
And for editing. No.
Okay.
good.
No, we're good. This is all just critiquing for everybody.
I was confused. What's going on?
No, you're good.
I'll figure it out.
Hell yeah.
Get it.
But yeah, so you're
Whiskey,
saying
please.
what's the what would it have been a different outcome with Trump?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
So I think it would have been different, and we would have found, like you're saying, Danielle, like we would have, you know, we would have shit on him too.
So it's almost like we weren't in a winning situation ever.
ever. No, there's always going to be some shit.
I just feel like
know?
things are more silent right now
and
with everything.
right.
You know, like people who you'd expect to be speaking up right now are not. And that's with all topics.
Right.
That, you know,
Are you
like
talking from our current leadership or from both sides, from the GOP and the Democratic Party?
both. I mean, like you look, I think people
I
are
agree with
being
you.
silent as far as all the mandates right now or what's going on. Where's isn't there? I know there's a great deal of handfuls of anti-vax celebrities right now. Where are they at?
Well, they don't get canceled, right?
Exactly.
It seems like anyone who speaks up that you're against what they call the narrative or what's the popular verbiage for the day, you get canceled because you're not going with the
well, and then like
popular, right.
what's going on with Afghanistan? Where's all those people who are, oh, these lives matter, or this or that, or you know what I mean? Like, where are those people? Like, you don't care, or the kids? You know, like, was it a year ago? They're like, oh, save the kids with Wayfair and this and the border and this, and nobody's saying anything.
So I think
Why?
I
And with
think-
all topics, not just like one specific.
Yeah, no, just touching on what you guys are saying, because I agree with that. Like, I do feel like there's probably a large, like, there has to, okay, in my opinion, there has to be a lot of people that have like buyer's remorse a little bit with the Biden pick. I think that. Now, I could be absolutely wrong. I'm not a fan, but it is what it is. Now, I don't think the answer also is that, oh, like Trump, bring Trump back. Right? Because the problem that I have with that is exactly what you were talking about, is that even if you like the policy or if the demeanor or whatever your reasons for liking him was, and you think that he would have handled a lot of these scenarios better, the reality is that the media doesn't come after Biden like they came after Trump. Now, whether it's because a lot of the media outlets are more sympathetic to the Democratic side, whatever you want to say, it's all good, you know, but it's just the reality is that when you listen to the interviews is a great kind of base to take from like how social media and stuff relays information from the administration, right? So when you have this gal, Jen Psaki, she's the House Secretary?
Oh, God.
Right. So, but just listen. What I would encourage people is like, and this would be stupid. Like, people aren't going to take the time to do it. But let's just put it this way. I've listened to a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I've listened to a lot of it through the last few administrations. And because I find it interesting, because it's like hot topics. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go up there and you got like, that position is very difficult. So I commend everybody who does that spot. Like, I'm not saying that like she's doing, I mean, I don't think she's doing a great job, but I get it. She's got a lot of shit she's got to come up with, right? But it's like, just listen to the questions that are being asked. Hello. And basically, you know, there's a notable difference, right? With if you go from the Trump administration to the Biden administration, it's like you got a lot of softball kind of questions versus people are like coming in hot. Like, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do? And then they're not okay with the way that things are answered, you know?
You're talking about like, Trump giving him softball questions, right?
No,
Or
I'm saying for Biden. For Biden administration, for the Jen Psaki gal
Right,
versus
sorry.
the previous ones that had been in the secretary position.
Right.
So it's like, if you take all that and you look at just how things are handled, I don't think that it would have been any easier, Trump being the president right now.
Right.
Because you still would have been split about 50-50 pretty much for the nation on whether you like them or you don't like them.
Right.
I think what just upsets me about that though is the things that they were like yelling, screaming about. The same things are going on now, if not worse, and they're not saying anything. That's what upsets me more.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that like there obviously is a clear notable difference in how things are being handled because okay, so we'll say COVID went up and then it goes down and then it was down for a little while and then some things happen with the election and then all of a sudden, you know, it spikes back up and we don't have to dive into all that stuff for why it's happening. We're just taking it for just what it is, right? Well, the variant spike, the one that's pushing all these now mandates coming from different, you know, angles, whether the government or private employers or whatever, this is a huge deal, a humongous deal. And when you hear those press interviews, you don't hear people bucking back. You don't hear people saying like, whoa, wait, now you're actually stepping into our civil liberties, regardless if you believe in it or you don't, or you trust it or you don't, whatever the case is. Because my opinion is you do you. You do what's going to be the best for you. You know, if you want to debate with me if it's better for the world or not, I'll have that conversation with you. And at the end of the day, we may not still agree, but at least I can talk about it. And I feel like I'm a little bit versed in that category to why I would do what I want to do in that case. But, you know, that's not the way things happen, you know? So it's like, you basically just like, they just go up and say whatever they want to say. And then the next thing you know, it's like, okay, on to the next question. You know, that's why this whole Afghanistan thing is a humongous deal because this isn't COVID. This isn't, you know, other subject matters that are incredibly important. So I'm not downplaying those, but this was like a blatant mess up that is now affecting a lot of things.
American soldiers.
Yeah.
And also Americans who were there either visiting family or whatever it may
Yes,
be.
absolutely.
So
There's 23 students of a school in SoCal that are there right now.
yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I can't imagine being over there and your president's like, well, whatever. I'm going to go on vacation.
That was 4 or 5 days ago, Tim.
So
That was 4 or 5 days ago.
So crazy,
I
dude.
cannot believe that was the response.
I hate to say it, and it's going to make people mad, but if it was any other president, it would probably, I mean, a lot more people would be telling them to step down.
Oh yeah.
Or at least trying to do an impeachment. Because, I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like the dude's inept. I mean, whoever's in office got voted in, whether people think it was fair or not, and you want to see them succeed and support, even though it may not be your party of choice. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy seems like he's fucking out of it.
Right.
I mean, even today when he gave his speech about the Marines that were killed in that suicide bombing, there wasn't an ounce of empathy. I think I heard in his voice. It just sounded like he was a computer just reading.
Yeah, because he's probably
Monotone.
freaking the fuck out about how he's going to answer these questions. How do you answer that question? What do you say where you're like, okay, look, risk versus gain, right? That's in everything, and that's in every decision, and that's in every single thing that, like, and especially the president, the highest administrator, and his council, because he doesn't act alone. Okay, everyone's always crunching those numbers, and what he said today was that, you know, I hope people remember that it was Trump who wanted to get the military out in May. So look, now he said, he owned up to, he said that the reason that this happened is because of our decision. He did say that. Very, in my opinion, not as empathetic, or at least like fired up to get back at the people that did this. But whatever, that's my opinion. You know, but that's what he said. So it's like, okay, at least he addressed it and act like it didn't happen. But then immediately defers. And that's what we were talking about earlier. So that's not uncommon for any president to have an issue that goes on. Everyone kicks to the guy that was behind him. Because, of course, you know what I mean? Like, you're not from the ground up making decisions.
That's how it's set up. It is what it is.
But the argument that you make against that is like, okay, look, you have to own up to it. You have to be upset at what happened. You have to show the American people that we're not going to deal with this shit. And it's like, look, if I inherit a mess, okay, I could blame the person that I inherited from. But if I'm the guy, I'm the dude on the spot, I'm the one that has to come up with the answers, I'm the one that the world is looking on to see what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to come forward with, like, confidence and compassion, and, you know, I could be empathetic for the scenario that happened, but I can assure you that this is not going to happen again, and if it does, we're going to fuck everybody up that's a part of it, guaranteed. That is not what was said.
No.
And I
Wasn't
feel
he
like
even asking what happened at one point? Like, he didn't even know?
No, but
Like, they're asking him questions. He's like, what happened in... like, he
so
doesn't...
the bombing happened this morning.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's
it
like,
took a
how do
little
you
while
not
to come
know?
out. Was it a suicide bomb or was it not? First, it was 4 people might be injured. And then there was like a bunch of like, you know, kind of injuries, like 60, 70, whatever. And then as the day started moving on, it was like 6 U.S. soldiers, 8 U.S. soldiers. You know, it was 10. I think 12 was the last one I saw that were either Marines or some branch of the military. And it's like, okay, that's just 12, like, soldiers, not to mention all the people that were involved who we've not gotten the number on of how many died. So whoever those may, whether they're American soldiers or Afghani people, you know, like native to the area, whatever the scenario is, it's horrible. It's a horrible situation. And the fact that we are promoting that we're working with, how do I say this? Like a regime that has been terrorist supporters, right? It's the Taliban, right? I'm not making anything up. This is out there. This is how it is. And it's like the fact that we're even like talking like hey, we're going to make the deadline, guys. You know, don't worry. We're going to get out of your way.
Right.
That demeanor is toxic, dude.
Terrible.
And if anything, it's like, look, I love the country. I love our country. I do. And I think we're the best. And I want to be the best. And I want to strive to be the best. You know, and like, I don't think that's a bad thing to like where you're at. You know, I might obviously appreciate everybody, dude. So it's like, I'm not saying that we're better than anybody, but like at the same time, you want to be the best. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a bad thing. But it's like, you just said something that makes us look weak, like very weak.
Those aren't the words of a world superpower. That was embarrassing.
Right.
We should be embarrassed. It's
nobody
ridiculous.
should be surprised if another 9/11 happens anytime soon.
Unfortunately.
Like, you should just not be surprised. And then unfortunately, I almost feel like that's what it's going to take in order for us to either come together or people to get it. I really hope not.
Yeah.
But sadly, I think that's what it is going to take.
Well, so I think our Department of Defense or the DOJ, they're saying that we're wide open for another 9/11. So I mean, it's a bummer to see how things are happening because, I mean, you got a president on vacation. Where's Kamala Harris? She's in Vietnam talking about something.
Yeah, man.
Pelosi, she's at some woman's event. I'm like, dude, where's her leadership?
It's crazy.
I don't care what side of the fence you're on, whether you're Democratic or Republican, you still got to have a leader during these tough times. We're looking for answers.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
So like question. So it kind of does bring Trump up a little bit. So like 2-3 years ago, he mentioned moving the embassy to Jerusalem, right?
Yeah.
And people lost their shit over that. Okay. Nothing really ended up happening. He pulled it, nothing happened. But Biden pulls out, there's no worries. The news, I almost feel like it's downplayed on some ends, something like that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what do they know?
That's a good point.
What do they know? Because why is something not being made a big deal when it normally would be a big deal? So what is it that you know? Is there a deal going on? Like, I'm not trying to put like conspiracy out, but silence says a lot.
It does.
Especially from who is being silenced.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen that meme? There's a meme that says everyone's looking for a conspiracy theory because all the other ones came true.
Touche.
I mean, it's kind of true. All the stuff that people thought, oh, you guys are crazy, it's starting to happen, right?
Right.
So you kind of look at people who talk about conspiracy theories, i.e. myself and Jordan, who's taking a selfie.
Group selfie.
What's up?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder a little bit. You're kind of like, right? Because if you don't hear any news, you're kind of thinking, excuse me, like, well, why aren't they talking about this?
Exactly.
I don't get it. But to me, this event and how this current government is feeling its people, even if they're not talking, it's speaking volumes right now because it's getting pushed on social media hard.
Big time.
From left and right wing people. Like, dude, I saw a video today on Instagram where you had to hit like it said they don't show it. You got to hit like
It's like
view now.
Yeah.
And I did, and man, it was gory.
Yeah.
It was right there by the blast, and you see people torn apart. Wow. I'm just like, dude, no.
I just don't understand how anybody can see that and just say, well, that was days ago. Like, I just could not. I could not.
I don't know.
I don't care what side you're on.
Our
doesn't matter.
Yeah, we haven't had a death in Afghanistan since February 2020.
I mean, I feel like it's presidency 101. Like, what's the number one priority? To protect your country.
Live life. Yeah.
Protect your country.
Right.
And people can sit there and say, like, well, we have no business over there anyways. But you need to protect your country. So you need to step into areas you're not familiar with to secure that area, to secure your area, to secure home. And so if you fuck that up, which is what's going on, you're no longer securing your area. It doesn't matter what side you're on.
Well, not only that, but you got to think about what was left at those military bases. You're talking thousands of Black Hawk helicopters, military computers, intelligence that no one's supposed to know, vehicles. I mean, everything you can think of to drones were left. That is now going to be in the hands of China.
You know what that reminds me of?
It's ridiculous. That means all the computer systems that are in those Black Hawks that are top secret and other things are going to be sold to other countries that hate our guts. And now they're going to know our technology. So now the one-up is going to be gone.
Yeah, not to mention the complete upgrade to the military for the Taliban soldiers.
Yeah.
They said that, so what the number was floating around that they have 70,000 troops.
Is it or is it not like Iron Man 1?
Kind of, right? I'm waiting for Tony Stark to just bust out of a barrel and be like, I got this. We're good.
Well, it's crazy because I was thinking about that too. I'm like, why is nobody making a big deal about this? This is a big deal.
I think it's because
this is not good.
On most people, okay, I don't know how else to word this without it sounding a certain way, but most people who you are hearing from a certain side, like go on, who have more freedom to speak their ways, don't really, not all, but minorities seem like they don't really know what's going on in the world. They're just going off of what's on the news is the best way to put it.
Or
They don't know many people from the. I mean, I come from a military family, so this is something that I'm used to. This is something I'm used to hearing and understanding. But when I hear certain people post things, I'm like, you've never been to another country and seen what's going on, and I think that's what it's going to take to open your eyes. I mean, somebody else. Jordan, go on a chin wag for me,
jump
please.
on here real quick. Okay,
Please.
so just to backtrack thing, I would,
Trying to
I would
censor
extend it-
this
I would-
as much as possible.
I would extend it further of being just like, let's say the average person, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it's a racial thing. I think that the average person that watches TV, you're gonna listen to the local channels. You're gonna have a preference on a news agency that you watch, and a lot of people watch everything, right?
Yeah.
But you take everything you hear just from them as hearsay, and which is not, I get it. You know what I mean? And if you're hearing the same thing every day, then you're going to be like, okay, that's just what it is, right? Maybe it's because you don't really care to look into it any further, or that's just how it's always been. Like, I get that too. So it's like when you try to, because if you do your research and you look things up, there is information out there that at least can make you question things and how they're being handled. Now, like in this case, that just got brushed over completely about everything that was left over there. So it was like $6 billion, hundreds of millions of ammunition and firearms. You have, hundreds of, whether the Humvees, tanks, Black Hawk helicopters, drones, computers, all this shit. It would be a substantial upgrade to what they already have, not to mention the potential to sell to other countries to emulate technology, right? Which if you go a little bit deeper, and there is, there is talks about like China wanting to work with the Taliban because of the natural resources in the country, and there are a lot of the precious metals that have to do with the technology upgrades, computers, things like that. So there's money to be made there, right? So it's not China. It's going to be China, Russia, Iran. There's going to be everyone that's around them is going to want a piece of it. So like there's no surprise to that. But the fact that you just bounce out and you're like, oh, and hey, by the way, we can also sell this shit. And now our military gets an upgrade to a certain extent with that. And it makes us look fucking terrible. But when you turn on the TV, the first thing you hear is that there's like been a COVID spike or something.
so ridiculous.
And not that that's not important. I just mean, it's like, okay, there are still huge things going on in the world. This is actually a huge fucking deal.
It's an extremely big deal.
And
very, very big deal.
But again, depending on who you talk to, and this is weird because this should be the most non-bipartisan thing ever. The fact is that, look, we don't have to agree with everything, but we live in the same country. We should love each other. We should at least, you don't have to love each other, but you can at least care about someone's well-being. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to think that like no one, like, oh, well, fuck, what are they doing over in Afghanistan, right? I mean, could you believe me? Like, what are you getting a vacation over there? Right. And it's like, okay, no. Maybe there's like, we were talking about this earlier. I was like, hey, honey, I've been thinking there's a job over in Kabul. I could be a computer tech something. Yep. And it pays like $100,000 a year under the table. You think the kids want to come? So that might be a very small percentage of people that are over there. But the numbers that were coming out initially, at least, and this is from the state, so this isn't like a bullshit fucking answer, said 10,000.
Wow.
Non-military. Wow. So it's like, okay, so your decision was to go with what Trump said and keep pulling people out, which was popular for sure. Mm-hmm. But we're going to take the military first, and then we're going to come back to the citizens because the Taliban said, listen, you're going to get on the airport. You're going to be okay. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you have till
crazy. It's
August
fucking crazy.
31st.
Like, anyway. Yep. Sorry, that was I was like,
No, thank
I'm wearing
you.
the shirt and I got a USA hat on. I'm gonna be like, they're like, this motherfucker, he's like super right wing fucking conspiracy theorist. I'm like, actually, not really.
Thank you for taking that on because I love your chin wags and
chin wags.
it was.
What's that?
You
Do it. There it is.
There it is. You
Do I
just-
do that?
No, when you
but
go.
whatever. Yeah.
When you
Oh,
talk,
okay.
when you talk a lot, that's a chin
You're
wag.
moving, bro. Yeah.
I was like,
Did I just date myself by saying that? Is that like an old?
I'm a hand talker. Sorry. I'm like
it's
doing the
good.
Macarena and sign language. at the
Hey,
same
you know
time.
what? Wag on. But anyways,
It's good.
It's a tough subject. It really
Yeah.
is because there's a lot of passion behind it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of patriots in this country, and I love it. I grew up in a military home just like Danny did. I love this country. And I think that, if something were to happen, we still have patriots and people that are going to step up when evil needs to be overthrown. I'm talking like World War II type of stuff. When evil's around the world and we got to step up and do it, we have the people that are going to do that. The hard part is it feels like we're so divided right now.
you know
And
what?
it's such a bummer because there are things that that I agree with that others don't, and I think that at the end of the day we're all still American. Why are we throwing around all this hate and like fuck you because you're not on the left, or fuck you because you're not on the right, or fuck you didn't get a vaccine? How about this land was kind of found on freedom here. Let the person make the choice that they want to make and stay out of their way. That's it. Just be cool, man. That's all I always want to say. I'm like, can't you guys just be cool?
I was like, and he
Lot
just like
cooler if you
step
did.
in Samuel L. Jackson. And was like, bitch, be cool. I don't do a good Samuel L. Jackson, but you see where I was going
Yeah,
with
I
that, right?
see where you're going. Yeah, bro.
I do feel like though there's a lot of wrong out there right now. And
Evil, wrong. What do you?
like wrong as in like wrong information or misleading stuff, whether it's by media.
You can't
so
believe
on.
the media.
Yeah, you
For the
cannot.
love of
Okay,
God.
so
Yeah.
I was trying to censor that as much as possible. But okay, yes.
Fuck the
There's a
media.
lot of wrong news out there. So I just feel like we got to be patient because reality always steps in at some point in time. Unfortunately, I hope and pray it's not when it's too late.
Yeah.
But that's where my hopes are at the moment. Like reality at some point has to step in when there's so much wrong.
True.
And then that's when I think things will be accepted or gotten or how else,
Right.
Well, you probably will hopefully see more peace, at least in our land. But unfortunately, it takes something devastating to unite people. You look through history, that's how it's kind of always happened. It takes some hardship or something to happen for people to finally put their opinions aside and just come together as one. Unfortunately, I don't want to say that's what we need, but it damn well looks like it's leading that direction as far as how where the country's headed.
Dude, it's on the plate right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And so this isn't like a conspiracy thing. This is and I go at least cite it because I saw a couple things talking about it, and that say congressman, right? Dan Crenshaw, the guy that looks like a Bond villain. Yeah. I know, right? It was like cool, but like
You're so right,
sounds like a Bond villain, It's like, but nothing against him. He seems like a great guy. Obviously, he's an ex Navy SEAL. Got wounded in combat. Like he's got the fucking all the credentials, right? So keep doing your thing. But I challenge you to actually do something other than talk shit on it. But he even said that basically part of the agreement with the Taliban was given a list of all the American citizens and
Ridiculous.
people over there that was supposed to be evacuated. But that doesn't stop at actually just the American citizens. That is the people who aided the United States troops, like translators and people that let people probably stay in their homes, things like that, to grant them access to get on the planes to get out of there. And it's like, okay, so we have 6 days. There's still, let's say it's not 10,000. Let's say it's 2,000 people, which is still a lot of people to navigate on how to do that. And if the Taliban knows the names and people, I mean, am I crazy for thinking that's stupid? Or is
it's
it
like a death list.
Yeah, you
It's a
basically
hit list.
said, you said, okay, John, Mohammed, this way, could you just step forward, please? Yeah, let me see your paper. Okay, send him. You know what I mean?
I thought the same thing. How stupid do you have to be? And think about it. These are the people running our country making these decisions. How stupid do you have to be to give them a list of American names and the other foreigners that helped us during the war? Thinking the Taliban, they'll do the right thing.
I'm sure.
When at any time has America been at war and our enemy ever followed the fucking rules of war?
Right.
Ever.
Right.
But that's the craziest part is that they have to the end of the month. So it's like so it's like if you're looking back just like, okay, what could happen, right? Not that it's going to happen, hopefully it doesn't. But you now have this leadership over there in the Taliban that has been like, okay, you know, we're going to press their deadline. We're going to take their shit. We're going to hold them up, but we'll let them through. Just a couple, you know, get some people. Yeah, we're cooperating. Look, we want to be rulers here. Let's fucking play on the same page. Don't worry about what we used to do. Just, you know, take our word for granted, right? And it's like, do you think, just maybe, that they're waiting for the end of the month? Because getting that many people out is going to be very difficult unless you have like massive cooperation and multiple planes. And that's just the United States citizens. That's not talking about the British, the French, the Italians. There's a shit ton of people there. And it's like, what if they just say, okay, time's up. You know, hey, look, it's not our fault. Your government said you needed 6 days, and we're going to put you in jail. And I feel like it's a safe thing to say that it wouldn't be pleasant and potentially hazardous and, you know, deadly. But, you know, I'm just an idiot, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking of the Nick Cage line in Gone in 60 Seconds. Where like, I'm a little wired. I just got boosted 60 cars for you, like in one night. Actually, note on that. I was a little offended that you didn't have a Cage line.
I didn't.
I know.
I didn't. Oh, every podcast I'm twisted, but sometimes when I get a little bit on board, we're here talking. I'm like, I can't remember what we're talking about.
Put the bunny down.
You know what?
all I got, dude. That's
You
my
know
only
what I
Nick
had
Cage
for
line.
you though?
Huh?
It doesn't matter how far you run. There are some demons you just can't escape.
What's that for?
Johnny Blaze.
You just wrote that.
Ghost
That's the
Rider.
quote.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's yours.
Thank you.
You're
I'll write that down.
You're welcome. Actually, for that card game, I totally would have done Rocky quote. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit.
There's a lot of times I hear the playback on the questions on how like I personally answered them, and I get very disappointed that was like, I don't know, I think I said like freedom. It was like
It's a very
I said something
emotional
about-
part of the movie in
well, it is
in
you know,
Braveheart. It
and
gets everybody.
people. I mean, that was it, right? That was the premise, is that they were fighting to be free, and it was powerful. But there's so many other quotes that I really, really like. You know, I was trying to think of that old school quote. He's like taking the early flight home from San Diego, and two blindfolded people come in and tag team your girlfriend. You know,
It's a pretty nice little Saturday. Home Depot. I don't know. Maybe a little Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
cute.
Maybe.
Okay, quick question. Favorite movie, Old School or Wedding Crashers?
Ooh, that's
Out of the two.
tough.
Not
Out of
favorite
the
movie of all
two?
time, but out of those two movies.
That
I'm gonna go
is-
old school.
I think I'd go Wedding Crashers.
I'm gonna go old school.
Old school is dope.
You know
I
why?
like
Because
that.
it has Christopher Walken in it, and I love some of the things he does in that movie.
He plays himself
Jeremy.
every time.
Oh, I
Right,
fucking love it when he goes into the room and he like, and Vince Vaughn's all tied up and he just pulls on the rope like, oh, whatever, fuck it. And he just like talks to him.
Weird.
Whatever.
No, she's not just some notch on your belt. Like, I don't even wear a belt. I mean,
Beltless.
anyway.
Fucking love that movie.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say old school.
Yeah, I like Old School too.
I think Old
I love
School's
both
best,
of them.
bro.
They're like very close, but I think Wedding Crashers is more quotable, but Old School, just the randomness of the scenes. It was kind of like our generation's Animal House. You know, kind of that premiere like new wave funny movie that kind of builds off, because it was like Old School, then you had Wedding Crashers, Hangover, you know, kind of this style of comedy. Anyway, that's why I like it. Blah.
I like it
feel
when
you.
he comes
I feel
in and
you.
he's like, yeah, I go to school here. And Vince Vaughn's like, okay. Like, not impressed, but okay, continue. It's like one of my favorite.
Here's, I have a good question for all of you. Actually, this is one of the last topics I want to talk about. Do you think Newsom is getting recalled?
I want to say majority of people want him recalled. However, I think they're going to pull a fast one on us, and he's not going to get recalled.
Okay.
That's what I'm predicting. I'll just
here-
say predicting that.
Here's where you have a good point on this. Did you hear about the man that they found sleeping in a car who had methamphetamine, gun, passports, and a shit ton of fake ballots for the recall?
I did not. Go on,
Yes, here in
Tim.
California.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know where
Also
that
heard about
investigation went, but he had like 2 bags full of ballots. At least it could have been more.
It wasn't fake ballots. It was people's votes.
Oh, he took them.
Yeah, he jacked their vote. Like he just had it was
My bad.
300. No, it's okay. I just mean because like that's even the crazier part of it. So like whose people's votes they were or something, they're not very specific with it, but it was just this dude, you know.
So he had to get them from the post office. Because those are all mail-in ballots,
they're
correct?
mail-ins, yeah. So he would have had to have taken them from at some point somewhere, right? I don't know where the pickup was. I don't know what the extras were, but yeah, he had a bunch of drugs on him. He had some guns, a bunch of fake passports, but he had like 300 ballots.
Yeah.
And then it's, which is like,
It's
was
really
he hired? Was it some crazy person? Was it, like, what is the scenario? But that's it. That's the story. It's over.
Yeah, you haven't heard anything else from it.
Nothing else about it.
Yeah, it was weird. It was up for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then disappeared. You heard nothing else about it. I'm thinking, isn't that kind of a big deal? Yeah.
They're like,
That's
back to you,
it's a federal.
Dallas.
That's a federal. That's a federal offense, right? You can't steal voting
Obviously, yeah.
polls and ballots and all that stuff, right?
Allegedly. I think that's a safe answer is allegedly because this last, even the election.
Wasn't there a lot of footage on that?
With what?
Wasn't there actual? I saw some. Unless somebody was reenacting them.
It's not enough though.
There's a lot of videos of
Yeah.
like the poll drop offs where people
Yeah.
like jacking stuff out of there. Now how many it is and how much it really makes a difference and all this shit. We can get into that because every vote is supposed to count, right? It's supposed to. That's the question, right? So, but yeah, I think absolutely. I think there's got a little weird vibe, and it's like, okay, the recall is actually taking thing, and now we have this like variant spike, and like we're like, hey, we're gonna mail out every ballot again, just so you can stay home and be safe. I don't know. It seems convenient to me, but at the same time, it is what it is. However, I wanted to bring up, I don't think it was great about what he did, but I like this guy as a potential governor. Like, he didn't do the debate. And I'm not talking about Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry.
Larry Elder?
I like Larry Elder, and I've listened to Larry Elder's like podcasts and stuff for
He's
a long
intelligent.
time. He's a super smart guy.
Yes.
He's got the full, dude, like the guy grew up, I think it was Crenshaw, went to school, kind of, grew up with nothing, turned himself into a self-made millionaire. Right. So he hits kind of the like, obviously he's ambitious, obviously he works hard, obviously, and he's got a different perspective than a lot of things or what the mainstream media would be as like African-American dude. And which again, the Los Angeles Times ran a thing that said he's like the black guy's white supremacist. No, I'm sorry, or was it the white supremacy with blackface or something? However they
something
wrote that up,
that.
and it's like, okay, wow, hold on, let's take a step back because at one point we're just like, don't do anything because you're gonna offend people, period. And now you're saying that this black man is like a white supremacist sympathizer. Why? Because he's conservative, because he made a lot of decisions that, and I'm not saying that he didn't get any handouts or that he wasn't helped along the way, and I'm not comparing him to everybody in that scenario, but it's like, you can make the argument that this guy worked his ass off to get to a position of being wealthy, and he happens to be a conservative outlook. And I'll be honest with you, I listen to a ton of his shit. He's not that conservative. He's actually really in the middle. He's very fiscally conservative. But on social issues, he's super liberal.
I think with fiscally conservative though, that's what really makes you, oh my God, you're like completely, you're polarizing. If you're on the complete opposite side, if you're fiscally conservative,
Yeah.
especially when you're black, it's a huge thing, bro.
Oh, it's a massive thing.
You need to
it's
be
a massive
socially
thing in the black
democratic.
community. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys if you guys think like how you feel about social or about social media and them being mostly how do I say this mostly progressive and as opposed to conservatives. I feel like the media is run by social progressives. So that when something happens on the Democratic side, it's not as big. And
It won't be pushed as much.
It's not pushed as much, and I think that's what
And
we've
you can't
always-
share. They'll
Exactly.
take it down.
Right.
It would appear that there is.
So you got to speak in code.
Yeah. It would appear that the media is biased.
Big time. Oh,
That's
big time.
That's what it seems like.
Despite the
So-
party too.
Didn't they admit that? Wasn't it the press secretary who accidentally admitted that, or somebody along that line?
She stated
Pretty
that
much.
they were
Right.
working with Facebook to help with the misinformation stuff. So basically, the federal government is working with a social media outlet because they're not a utility. They are a free, private-owned business still, which is kind of ridiculous because you make the argument they basically are a public utility.
Right.
But they said that they were working with them on misinformation, which basically means, I mean, like at the very basis of it is that they can essentially control what is being put out there. So if you say like, hey, the sky's red today, and they're like, this fool's crazy, right? And that's basically what can be said. So whether your opinion on something doesn't jive with a certain way, then you are now wrong. Or you can't really like, hey, everyone listen to it, but take it for a grain of salt because it might not be correct. And I don't know, man. We're in this kind of we're in a crazy scenario with that. And I want to go back with the Larry Elder thing because I thought this was very interesting. There was like a poll data coming out, and he's like one of the main guys up front, front runners, like by a lot. Like it's not just like, oh, he might get it. It's like, no, he's like in a commanding lead of the potential person. So that's why when I said I didn't like that he didn't do the debate, because I was like, oh my God, I was really hoping to watch that with him on there, because I'm like, dude, this fool's gonna fillet people because he's a quick talker, he's smart, articulate, and he's just basically gonna slam every government like person that's grown up in that atmosphere and just be like, you're wrong, and this is why. Right. But he didn't do it. And I don't know personally, I don't know why. Like if anything's come out, I didn't read anything about why he didn't do the debate, and I thought that was a little bit of a disservice to the people that like follow him, or like maybe rooting for him, because it was a great opportunity, I think, to turn other people who may not know much about him into liking him even more. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But while I was going with that is that, so he's got all this steam, right? And then all of a sudden I saw, it was like 3 nights ago, it was like some tax fraud like article coming out, and there was a news thing. They were talking about his like mismanagement with finances and all this shit. And I'm like, oh my God.
Perfect timing.
It's exactly what they're going to do, dude. Why not? Like just, it's like, hey, look, we're not really sure how to go about this. It's like, well, he's a black conservative, but he's like pretty social on a lot of like, civil rights, issues, but he's really conservative as far as spending goes. How do we attack this motherfucker? Right. We get him by finances, tax evasion. Dude, it's the same shit. That's how you go after everybody. And unless he's squeaky clean, which is
impossible.
It's impossible because people with money are moving money. That's just kind of how shit works. And now it's like, let's go after this. It's like just trying to punt from all over.
I don't know
the field.
how people are gonna believe it though, because he's got a lot of support, and there's a few people in my family, at least on the African American side, who said they're gonna vote for him. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, okay, well, change of heart, right on.
Hey,
but I mean, he'd be our first African American governor. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's interesting because I think Newsom's feeling the heat. You can see one of his online press questionnaires. He started kind of losing it, telling other states to quit their bitching.
Dude, I feel like he just plays the blame game every time he's up there.
Does,
it's
man.
like because of this, because of this. Like,
well, he warned the other governors that if it happens to him here, that they should be worried about what's going to happen to them in their states. And Cuomo just got booted. That happened this month, right? It's also another thing.
How do I not? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. How did that not get written down?
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
are you a Cuomo-sexual?
No, that's stupid. I'm so sorry, but it's dumb. It's like, okay, we can't say, if we're going to take a stance as a country and be like, look, no sexual anything is okay. None. And I actually think that's okay. Like sexual harassment's horrible, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't be like that, and especially as a public figure. Come on, dude, really?
Right.
But he had the best response I have ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
And it didn't go anywhere. He said that he was sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I do it. And I do it to everyone. I do it to men. I do it to women. I do it to white guys. I do it to black guys, Asian guys, Asian women, transsexuals, this. I kiss everyone on the lips. That's just who I am. He goes, it's not being sexually aggressive. I'm Italian.
Oh, my God.
Are you fucking serious?
Bro.
Oh, in
Are
that
you
case.
serious? You're Italian? That's okay.
He's trying anything and everything.
I thought it was like, I was like, when he was talking about that, all I can picture was Joe Pesci from like,
Okay.
listen, all right, I'm going to do this, okay? And I thought, I was like, dude, he's captivating the people listening because he's speaking. He's another guy that can talk. He can talk. I give him that. But I was like, that was your premise, that sexually harassing these women, whether or not look, and I know that boundary gets pushed out a lot. So whether you hug them or nothing, it was like, no, this guy's like grabbing them like in their spots, right? Hey, it's okay, I'm Italian. That's fucking crazy, right? I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Like we
I don't
pinch
know.
nipples here.
Right? And I was like, got it.
No, here, man. Here.
On it.
Cuomo's out. I don't know. I mean, it's looking like Newsom might be recalled. But my thing is, people who are doing wrong, whether you're for the blue, for the red, you're going to be found out. It will always find itself out. It could be a year, could be 10 years, it could take a lifetime, but the truth will come out.
Always.
It just
Reality
is what it is,
just
man.
comes and sets in
Yeah, it
at
will
some
set
point
in
in time. You can't stop it.
Yeah, we've talked about karma on here. I'm a full believer. It comes full circle. You can't be Cuomo lying to people in their face, putting the elderly or the COVID people into nursing homes. Now they've reported 12,000 elderly who died because of him. Wow. Come on. Wow. I mean, dude, like, what? Why? How come no one's talking about that right now? Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's what bothers me about the whole COVID stuff, because why isn't anybody focusing on who's the most what's the word? Sorry, I'm a little fucked up.
Susceptible?
Yes.
There you go. Got you.
Why why aren't we talking about those people? Why are we focusing on the children right now? Because let's be real. If you're not overweight or fucked up, you tend to most likely, majority, be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah. If I got it right now, I feel fully confident that I will be fine. Now, why are they pushing donuts if you get why aren't we like not saying, hey, this is what we need to do to get healthy? You know, instead of just saying too. mask.
I absolutely agree with you. And I've said that.
They're focusing on the people like the children who are the least to have any issues with this. Right. I mean, call me crazy. I just personally think this is like a great reset. So we're going to focus on the ones that are going to populate. Right. That's my Thanos opinion. Sorry.
Thanos opinion.
Yeah. Well, you got to think too. If people get healthy, that's money out of the pockets of big pharma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, these big companies they run this. If you don't want to believe it, that's cool. But if you don't think that these massive companies for pharmacology and some other ones, dude, making all this money off.
It's only 2 right now in the United States.
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying. I can't remember
Pfizer and Moderna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, they're like Johnson & Johnson had their thing, but they also got recalled and they stopped them because there was some associated issues with the vaccine. Again, so everything I'm saying, you do you. I believe it. I believe everyone has the freedom to do what they want to do. And I think that and I think, there's a group of people that are more susceptible to have a harder time with this that should take it. And I agree with that. But at the end of the day, it's like, they're really pushing hard on this. And it's like, it's exactly what you said. It is, we know that the comorbidities are a huge issue with this, regardless of your age. And you will struggle with this more if you get it and you have these underlying issues. Okay. One of them happens to be obesity or cardiac issues, right? We know this. This is science. This isn't me making this shit up. But what you hear is that if you get the vaccine, you can get a Krispy Kreme donut every day. You can get a free hamburger. You can get,
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
We're going to put you in the lottery to win some money, right? Yeah. So not one time have you heard any government entity saying, look, everyone's home right now. We encourage everyone, go outside and walk for an hour. You know what? We're going to help everyone out. We're going to cut some deal with fucking some salad distributor. And you don't have to change your entire diet, but one meal a day, make it a salad. Because that's going to reduce your fat, and again, it's giving you the option. It's not telling you, we're not mandating you to be healthy. But it's crazy that they're going to push something that this might be actually like, it might be lessened. The issues might be lessened. So get in shape and get vaccinated if you want to. Yeah. You know what I mean? But boost your fucking situation. You have the opportunity to do that. And, and I'm not saying, well, I can't go to the gym or I can't do this. And it's like, well, true, that might be your scenario. But there's no one who can't walk, who can't do some jumping jacks in the corner for 5 minutes.
That's the issue, right? What we think would solve the problem, that takes work. That takes motivation. That takes not being lazy.
Right.
That takes making the conscious decision every day, even when you're tired, you don't feel like doing it, to eat the right food and to exercise, right? Because I exercise as much as I can. I love running. I do all this crazy stuff, right? But there are plenty of days in a week. 5 out of 7 days when I get up to go run 15, 20 miles, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this right now.
Sick.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Numbers you throw out there disgust me.
Only
out of
numbers.
Only out of envy. We were talking about this earlier. He's like,
15.
yeah. when he
I
gets to the end,
upchucked
he's
in my
like,
mouth.
Oh, man, I ran 12 miles a day. I don't know. I worked out a couple hours. I'm a little sore, though. I don't know. Don't be a
the
bitch.
only-
You're out there.
Right, yeah.
The only thing about you running is your cheeks in the shorts.
Oh, they look great. Let's go.
Do we see?
They're
Do we?
package
Wait a
buns.
minute. Do we see them from the front?
I wear extra large shirt to cover that.
Okay, nice.
It's very noticeable. Very noticeable.
well. You got some real estate.
yeah.
What's
Thank
your
you,
balls?
Jesus. Thank you,
You know,
Jesus.
What was those 5-inch shorts you were talking about?
Four.
Yeah,
Four
bro.
inch.
No, I
Sorry,
got
dog.
5-inch, dude.
He's got like half tan balls, dude.
He's all out there in his
the bottom
Jay-Z
part
Dukes.
is like,
Yeah, you should see my leg tan.
it's
It's
just all in a light from
my
up
shorts
there,
tan
dude.
is really high, boys. My shorts tan is really high.
I
It looks
can,
good.
I totally get it.
If I was driving by you, I'd ask you to show me your titties.
I do get nice legs often when I'm running. It's really weird, but
Absolutely.
But
I'm just jealous, dude. That's all. That's purely
No,
jealous.
but all that to say is what I'm saying is it's for people to get healthy instead of just taking a pill, get a vaccine or getting a vaccine. Now it requires them to be disciplined, to have a schedule, get up, move, drink more water, eat healthy. Eating healthy, honestly, isn't the sexiest thing. But for me, like I've just kind of told myself, if I do my best to eat to survive, not for pleasure, I'm good. Now, when you guys are here, it's pure pleasure.
Pure.
I put food down.
it's celebration when we're here.
It's a celebration.
When I walk in
And
that
that's
door
okay.
and say party's here,
That's right.
party's fucking
I mean, it's
here.
okay every once in a while, once a week. You know, give yourself. I do that, cheat meal, whatever, eat. But I mean, you get one body, one life. It's a preservation process. Like treat it well.
Bro, you run like 50 miles a week. You can eat hamburgers and Oreos for every meal if you wanted
I
to.
love how he says treat it well too, as if like 50 miles.
Yeah, I'm
treat
here
it well.
making-
Yeah, your body's hating you after 50
Yeah.
miles, bro.
You know, and
so gross,
And I'm
Tim.
not saying anyone out there needs to do that. I'm saying at the bare minimum, what we're being told.
for a walk.
With what? Just get outside. Because you know what? There was a short period of time in the very beginning of this that was encouraged. Because it was saying, like, you know what? Hey, wear a mask inside. You know, like, be careful, 6 feet apart. But you know what? You should go outside, get some fresh air, get out, move around. That was a thing. Mm-hmm. And it was short-lived. And then all of a sudden, it was like, once the vaccine, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, awesome, cool. We got something outside of a therapeutic that maybe has some protection on this long term.
It's like liposuction.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Easy fix, right?
Yeah.
right.
You know,
yeah,
and
But you could gain it back.
right.
well, yeah,
Fuck.
I know that's a whole other subject.
That is. But hey, we have hit that time in our podcast, my friends. Yeah. It's time to answer the internet, my people. Answer to the best of your ability. Be honest.
Hey, at the end of this,
Yeah.
can I ask you guys a question?
All of us?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is all the same question.
Yes.
You want a man's opinion, perspective?
No, actually, one of my favorite podcasts, this question has been circling, and I thought about it, and I was thinking it's totally up your guys' alley. So,
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I'm
okay.
totally down. Okay, first question. And we're going to start with Jordan and work my way back to me. Okay?
Shit.
Have you spent more time previewing porn or actually watching porn?
Oh.
Have you spent more time previewing porn or actually watching porn?
Ooh.
Jordan, camera's on you. Is the camera on him?
Remember, Chi-Chi's up.
Nope. No, it is. That's a great question, Tim. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. My honest answer is going to be, it really depends on the setup. I would consider the preview portion of the
shut.
pornography, that would be like the foreplay, if you will, right? So that's kind of engaging. What are you looking at? What are you feeling like tonight? I was like, do I want 2, 3, 4, orgy, no orgy, right? You're going to see, what's my feeling for the night, you know? Right? You never know. I don't come in with the same game plan every time. I like to keep it fresh, the mind thinking.
Very good.
So I would say the majority of my time is probably watching the previews because I don't know the fuck I'm going to be into at the second when I'm looking at it. And let's be honest here.
Woo! Are you back? Are you plugged
Yeah,
in?
I'm back, I'm back,
There you
back.
go. Popped out.
No, it's okay. But I would say the honest... It's probably most of that because if
Preview.
I'm, hammering down trying to get one out,
I got you.
It's going to be fast.
Sam, what do you got?
Same. Immediately. Yeah.
Preview?
Definitely.
Do you have a
Preview.
station?
A station.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Several.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Because you kind of shift between, your top 3, 4.
Brazers?
No, because, subscription and yeah, man.
Oil massage?
No, there are a lot of free ones, bro. Yeah, man.
Jordan. What are you looking at me for? Sam answering. I was just agreeing with him. I'm like,
Right,
keep
man.
talking, Sam. You're doing.
Okay. Danny, what about you?
Wait, what was the question again?
Have you spent more time previewing porn or actually watching porn?
I guess I could say preview.
I would say it goes
It's like a
for all of
Netflix
us.
to me. Do I think I'd
What do
be
you
into
what
that?
do what do women like to look up?
I don't really look up anything to be, but every once in a great while. Ooh, that's a good question.
You don't. I mean, if you don't want to answer on it, you don't.
No, I'm totally fine with that.
You better answer. I answered. I almost pulled the married card too, but I was like, no, I went with
okay,
it.
this is gonna be so vagina answer, but it's more like the enjoyment. Does it look fake or no? Is there
Oh.
sound or no?
Like hearing all the noises.
Yeah,
and
I'm a
moaning.
noise person, definitely.
You like all the squishing?
Well, maybe I think more moaning. I think it's more squishing. Yeah, squishing.
What are you watching? It's like just someone running their hands through cottage cheese. I'm like, oh yeah, is there pineapple in there?
You know the squishy noises when you're smashing, dude. It's
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just for some reason never thought of it as a squishy sound.
No, I never thought of that either.
That's what I was thinking. It was kind of a squishing
What was the sound of it again?
I can't do it again. Nice try, dude. Yeah, it's rhythmic clapping, dude.
That's a good
what it
one.
is, man.
That's a good one.
Rhythmic clapping.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the name of the next album.
Yeah.
Rhythmic
I
clapping.
always remember that because someone told me they were getting down, and their kid came to the door and then walked away. And the next one, like, yeah, Mom, I heard rhythmic clapping in you and Daddy's room. What? Yeah, that was the bodies just slamming, bro.
One time,
Awesome.
one of my friends, her and her man were doing it, and her daughter walked in, and she was standing right next to the bed watching, and they had no idea. And she's like, "Mommy, you sick?"
yeah. Shit, sick. Dad's trying to fix me. You
I
might
think-
fuck someone up from the get-go. Don't ever say that.
Dude, I would go instantly limp if a kid walked in. I didn't know it, and they said, "Oh, what are you doing?" Dude, it would just be done. The night it'd be over.
I
There's no way.
don't know because I've been walked. I mean, I was walked in once,
Yeah,
and,
talking- I don't have any kids, man.
not that long ago. I was horrified, but I was also couldn't stop laughing.
Your poor son.
I haven't had that scenario yet. I honestly think it would be a super buzzkill.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, it'd be a
So I'd
hard-
like, oh my God, how do I explain this?
Yeah.
We're trying to talk with our privates. You know what I mean? Like, how do you explain that?
We're doing the special kiss.
Yeah. But anything you say is immediately going to make
have
an
impact.
impression
Oh,
on
yeah.
them at least, and they're going to think that's what that is.
Praise
so I
to
need to come up
Jesus.
with something.
I'm
way
just
funnier.
happy I was on top because I could talk that off.
Oh,
You know, like
Chris,
I could-
what up, brother?
and my shirt
Shout
was
out,
still
dog.
on at the time.
Oh, Donald Duck in it, huh? Nice, dude.
Donald.
That's pretty good, actually. That was on the spot right there.
I've never heard of that.
It's called
That's awesome.
Donald style.
Okay. Second question. You guys ready? If you could have the perfect body, as long as you never drank or did drugs again, but you could eat whatever you want, would you do it?
Oh hell yeah! Oh wait a minute, hold on. Let me retry. Let me.
Remember, I said drugs.
Especially,
I said
especially
drugs.
you. I was going to say drugs are involved. Can you do that? Your entire lifetime?
Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the first thing all of our minds, Danny, and how you can't give up them drugs.
Nah, you can't do that shit. Yeah.
Jesus, you make me sound like a junkie here.
No, of course you could do it.
Yeah.
There's a will, there's a way. Damn it.
Of course. Yeah, you'll get there. I think. No, I would eat whatever I want.
For sure.
I don't need. Yeah, because then I'd be throwing down some lemon cake, man. Oh my god.
Lemon cake.
Lemon cake is fire, bro.
Oh, you're so old.
What? How's that old?
Wait,
Oh
does it
man,
have-
rhubarb pie. Just be like, some rhubarb, some extra thick crust on that.
Hey, that's bomb.
Really?
That's funny. Somebody did ask
The
me
whole
like,
person thing.
how come Danny always gives you such a hard time? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. I like lemon pie. You're so old. Like, what? I like lemon pie. Who fucking cares?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I had key lime pie the other day. What? I'm an old soul, goddammit.
For sure.
Oh,
I was like, lemon pie. I'm like, yeah, I just get right a nice meringue. I'd be like, get that key lime, some rhubarb. We be partying, watch the Golden Girls, and fucking
Hey,
Jesus.
watch your steps there with the Golden Girls.
I like the Golden Girls. I don't know. That was the first thing that
I
came to my
fucking
mind.
love
It was like an
those
older
bitches.
like sitcom.
Love them.
okay, third question.
I thought we only had one question.
No, we have.
Okay.
I brought a few. I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on that. That shit was hilarious. Okay. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Would you rather date a girl who laughs at everything or laughs at nothing?
Oh,
Would you rather date a girl who laughs at everything or laughs at nothing?
depends on the laugh.
Either.
I would have to say nothing.
So what? You have a mute or what? Oh no, I guess that's nothing.
I don't know. I feel like both scenarios are just horrible. You know what I mean? Like someone who would laugh at everything. How fucking annoying would that be? Be like, hey,
Yeah.
balls. And they're like, like, you always say that so
And that's how they would laugh.
Yeah, and they'd be like, yeah, I'd be like,
I was picturing that
I got
Seinfeld.
Wario character on fucking Mario Kart. They're like,
Camera.
I was picturing the Seinfeld episode where Jerry's dating that chick and she's like, and he's like, oh god. He doesn't
was that?
wanna say
Oh
it.
no, I was thinking Friends. Elaine, or no, not
Well,
Elaine.
the laugh
Elaine's
was
like
very
a-
similar.
I
I don't know. How do you guys feel about me? I know I have a cackle. I
you're
definitely,
fine,
I
dude. What do
definitely
you
have a
mean?
No,
cackle.
but you
about
don't
you?
laugh at everything.
You do have
don't-
a cackle though. I mean, we're
I-
not gonna deny it. but
Yeah.
No, you're like a good mix of laughing.
Straight up hyena.
It's dope though. It's cool. It
It's
works.
a good laugh. It's contagious, but you're a good
that's
mixture
nice.
of laughing, talking shit.
I
being
do talk a
real,
lot of
and
shit.
Back to laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
it-
good.
Wait,
that
but
was
it's,
like-
it's not shit if it's true though.
Fact.
Fact.
So going back to the question,
Okay. Oh, fuck.
I would say.
There's always a lesson learned with this
Oh, no,
bitch.
don't 316. I
I
get
would say
it.
if I had to pick, it'd be like someone who like
For me, not
laughs at
laughing.
everything.
Really?
Yeah, because even though that would be probably the most annoying thing ever in the world, having someone who doesn't laugh at anything, I would think this person's gonna kill me all the time. And like, I'm not saying I'm throwing out zingers, dude. Like, I know I say a lot of dumb shit, but every once in a while something hits. It's kind of funny. And if that person just looked you in the fucking soul, and was just like, "What do you want for dinner?" And I'd be like, "I'm fucking afraid. I'm afraid, dude. Like when you go to sleep, sleep with one eye open. This bitch gonna kill you."
That would be
I mean that
difficult.
the nicest way possible.
It would be.
Would you order a steak?
Yeah, because that would be my last meal.
Dude, it
Yeah.
would be. It would be a mind fuck. No, you're right. Because you'd be kind of like, whoa.
You'd be like, "Ah," and they're like,
everyone's laughing. Yeah, they're just staring at you.
"What do you want to do later?"
Yeah, like that was
Yeah,
really
what
funny.
is sex like with that
You
person?
want to do it?
Are you done?
I could still do it.
That's great.
Yeah, I could still do it. I could. We
course
could. We
you
I'm
could
not
Yeah.
saying you
do it.
couldn't do that. I'm just
Yeah.
being like it would be
You don't need,
weird.
I don't need you any emotions. Don't you need to do anything, man.
Just
I got
like-
it. Yeah, just chill. That would
good for
suck,
you.
though. That would suck. You want them to be kind of involved.
Should we switch positions now?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting sore.
That was great. That was amazing. Okay, next question. Our last question, I should say. If you could get shit-faced with any U.S. president, who would it be?
Definitely Trump. Just because how he's wild. He looks like a wild. Not saying that I'm
parties.
like a Trumper, because I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying he seems wild. Or maybe
I immediately know exactly who I'd pick.
Clinton.
No. Fuck no. Young Clinton, Senator Clinton, baby.
Fuck yeah, that was fucking funny.
No, mine
That was actually
JFK.
my mind. Oh.
Oh yeah, dude.
Damn.
Party with Marilyn Monroe.
I get it.
All
I get it.
Playboy Mansion, just fucking getting silly. I was like guaranteed to have the craziest time ever. Yeah, I don't do a JFK impression, but I bet it would be pretty fun.
I don't know
That's what I
why.
thought.
I don't know why, but I love it when you say silly. I think it's the funniest thing ever.
I use silly a lot. That's
I
like
know.
a word.
When
What-
I'm
What president?
I told you. I said Trump because
Oh,
he
no.
looks
He's
like,
like-
Danny, we're gonna get
and I'm like down.
Sam?
So I want to pick something different. Bush too, because he would say a lot of stupid shit.
Oh.
Like a lot of dumb shit, and it would just come out. and it'd be like, what?
What do you think Lincoln would be like?
Boring.
Yeah,
Probably.
pretty boring. Yeah, I mean, I think he would talk a lot. Yeah, he would just,
He would
keep
just be
going
telling
and
stories.
going
Oh,
and
you said
stories.
George Bush too?
Yeah,
You're kind of
George-
right
yeah,
because
right.
he would say some stuff. You're like,
what?
Wait, what did you say?
He's like, hey,
keep
Sam,
going, keep going. Yeah,
He's like, hey, Sam, that's Mississippi Kush. You're going to want to hit that pretty hard.
You don't even.
pretty good.
Terrorism, but now watch us drive. He actually probably would be fun because he's like the most like shell of a president, I think.
Exactly.
Like, not the whole time,
Well,
but
I
I
was-
mean, like, especially towards the end. It
When we
was
saw
like,
that, did I send you guys that
Right.
video? Or when did you guys post that video with George Bush talking about the not having tax now? Now watch this swing.
Oh, he smokes a drive? Yeah, dude, like on the golf course. He's like, we don't support terrorist regimes. He's like, now watch this drive. And blast one down the fairway.
He made
Yeah.
that shit take
That was pretty
off,
funny, dude. I'll be like, I'll give
Yeah.
him credit. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Actually, how do you think Biden would be? I mean, he seems half asleep already. So can you imagine him under the influence?
It would be like, I'll tell you what it'd be like. It'd be like when you come over to my house to party and I fall asleep early every time.
Touche. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking Tim. I'm all lit over here by myself.
I fall because I'm just like, dude, I feel so comfortable. I'm gone. I fucking love it.
It's like instant.
I would do George Washington. Can you? Because you think about this. Yeah, no, hear me out.
right.
Show me some support here. Hear me
I
out, dude.
appreciate your answer, no matter what it is.
No, but you got to think about this motherfucker, okay?
Yes.
This guy broke all the rules of war to win, okay? He didn't give a shit what anybody said, or excuse me, the British. He was like, oh, that's right, we don't fight on Christmas Eve or Christmas. Cool. Hey, guys, it's midnight. Load up on the fucking boats. We're crossing this frozen river. Kills them all.
Savage.
Okay? Wooden teeth. You know how fucking badass that part was back in the day to take out his wooden teeth at the bar and just fucking drink with his boys?
Probably
saying?
real hard to hear, like, understand what he was saying. Are all his teeth good? Or is that like full
I don't know.
dentures? Because he's like, fucking, we
Allegedly.
crushed the burger today.
All I'm saying is that
You're
guy
like,
had
what
a...
the fuck? You're like 35, dude. We can't understand the
My
fucking
thing
word
is,
you're saying.
that guy had he kind of had a didn't give a fuck attitude. That's why he was the leader. I'm
Almost-
thinking a bit behind the scenes. You know that fucker drank.
All bullshit aside, you're absolutely correct. It would be interesting for anyone from that time period, I think, you know, especially the first president of the United States, right? Pretty big deal. But like, oh my God, what was it? There was something that was circulating. I don't know if it was on the Chive or it was something else, but it said that, like, after the war was over, they had basically like a party of all the, head, government people, and they showed the bar tab, and it was like some asinine amount of booze, like, like 20 kegs of beer, 50 or 150 bottles of wine,
No
a bunch of whiskey, just like hundreds of, for like 20 people, like at the time, So
they-
I mean, they like to get after it. I mean, I feel like you'd have
That's what I'm
fun.
saying, dude. You know they had a
like-
brand new country. They just won the war.
What would be the first question you ask them?
It would. We already know
This
how.
is weird, huh? Yeah. I'm from the future.
Kind of weird, huh? A little crazy. Yeah. Can you smile for me?
Yeah. It's like, oh, dude, how bad does wine stain your wooden teeth?
Bad.
Dang, can you imagine that?
That'd be wild,
Well,
dude.
we already know how Obama would be from his birthday bash. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Well,
Good hit.
It'd probably be pretty mellow. It seems like he smokes a lot of weed.
He looked
so
like he
probably-
was dropping it like it was hot pretty well.
He likes to get down, dude. The guy's got moves, no doubt.
Yeah.
I just,
I mean,
that would be, I think it would be fun to party with like every president.
I'm not gonna
So
lie.
I'd just be,
I
like,
wish I
itching
was
for
at his
info,
party.
Dude. I'd be like, what happened here? What happened here? But I'd wait until he's like nice and boozed up.
I don't know about Ford. Remember President Ford? There was nothing too great about him.
Was he the fat one? No, it was Taft.
No, he just
Not fat shaming. He was a large fella.
Good save.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys.
Wait, I have a
anyways-
question.
Oh yeah, what was the question? I forgot.
Okay.
Just about to wrap this up.
All right. Well, okay. If you guys can choose from having an 8, like a scale from 1 to 10,
A woman that's an 8.
yeah,
Okay.
or the option of a threesome, but your total is 10, what would you choose?
2 5s or an 8 and a 2.
Really? Okay.
Well, wait, no. Hold on. That was a question.
I was like, wow.
The question was, would you rather be with an 8 or do you have an option at threesome, but their total is a 10? You never specified what the
That is
total was.
exactly it.
No, hold
So
on.
you could have an 8.
You guys, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you see how fast he answered that? I'm impressed.
I didn't answer it. It was a question within the question.
Right, exactly.
You answered it.
It said specify. What does the 10 equal? Is it a 9 and a 1? What does a 1 look like? What
Man,
are we
I was
talking here?
like,
Is it
I'm
full of
proud
fun?
of my boy, dude. Fuck yeah.
Wait. What's the positioning of the 8 and the 2?
I don't know. You were the one with the question.
Yeah, but you answered it.
I wouldn't do
You
it.
answered
until
it
I'm
on
married,
fire,
I'm happy.
actually.
I'm married to a 10, baby. Hit the fucking bell. Here, I'll hit it.
Okay, so what? Okay, what the question is? Be with one person who's an 8.
So you could have an 8.
Okay.
So you already know right away you're going to get an 8 from a scale of 1 to 10. Or you could have the choice of having a threesome, but your total is 10.
See, that's too much counting and work. Just stick with the 8.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm at that point in my life, man. I whatever's the easiest is what I'm going with. I don't want no
Nice.
problems, man.
All right. It's an honest answer.
Samarona.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might go with the threesome.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Sam's like a 7 and a 3, baby. One up, one down.
Right,
Let's go.
bro. I'm saying I ain't gotta see one of them. One of them's gonna be out of sight, my boy.
Hey, man.
So what's your positioning? What's your positioning then?
It depends on what we're doing. You know, what do you mean position?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So many different
I
things we
heavily-
could be
I
doing.
have-
Through the scenario, Sam. I
I'm
want
Yeah.
to hear it.
bro. Yeah, we just talked about Pornhub. You know,
Well, I was thinking though, if you did go like you're thinking about it, like when you said the 8 and the 2, I'm like, okay. Well, if you position right, it's not that bad.
okay.
I mean, I don't even have a dick, but I'm just assuming.
Why does it have to be an 8 and a 2? Why can't it be a 5 and a 5?
Well, because he said an 8 and a
Let's
2.
not fuck
that
that.
was
Let's
his
split this
shotgun.
shit even,
That was his
right?
shotgun.
What? I mean, 5-5
I
is
don't
your
know,
best
every-
option.
5-5?
Best possible
So it's just
option.
2 people is really what
No.
it boils down to.
You know
It's
what
just
I
2
think it
others
is?
versus 1.
Right,
I think a 7 and a
Basically
3.
2 others.
I think a 7 and a 3
depending on
because
your
you know what?
positioning, yeah.
If you hit the 3 from behind and the 7 is up front, that's what you're looking at.
What if you like ass?
Oh, no, you guys
You know?
got this all wrong.
What if you
dude.
like?
Does the 3 have a big butt?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
There's no way I'm fucking a 3 from behind. Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a dick right now, but they probably got a hairy ass.
Right.
They don't shave. They're probably way out of shape. Not to sound like a dick again.
Right.
But like, dude, it will not work, dude. Like, we're gonna take your life right now in the whole world unless you
But
do this
you're
3. I'm like,
looking at
well,
the
we're all
high
gonna
number.
fucking
We're all
die. Is what's gonna happen. It's over. Okay.
Right, yeah,
You know what's
fuck it.
funny? I made Tim watch this documentary once. Okay, the documentary is actually really dark, but the main reason why I wanted him to watch it was just to see how white trash these people were.
Oh, did you mention this?
Wonderful
Yeah.
Whites.
No, that's the one you thought. Remember, it was like the death of Sugar Babe or something.
Yeah, I remember you
But
said
these
that, yeah.
people were so white trash, and I made Tim watch it, and I kept asking him, Tim, would you be able to put it up? Would you be able to do that?
Nope.
Could
I
you
remember that.
Yeah,
I
remember that?
No.
Nope.
No, I can't,
Yeah.
dude. I
You look-
can't.
If the world depended on it.
It's
It's
over,
like
dude.
Armageddon. We're like,
It's
you
fucking-
drew the short straw, dude. You need
No,
to get it
it's over.
going.
It's over.
No
it's
way,
over,
dude. I bet you could do it for the world.
You couldn't get it to leather mode?
There's no way, dude.
Oh, God.
I have to be attracted to you.
Leather mode?
I'm saying, look, if I was in that situation, I'd do a 5 and a 5.
Same.
That's your best odds.
Same, your best possible odds.
I mean,
Not a
best
6 and a
odds of being a
4?
shallow piece of shit.
right. No,
The
'cause
fact
in
that
any
we're even
position-
talking about this.
But what if it's a 4 with an ass just has a really ugly face?
No, there's too many
No,
variables. with the
exactly. I
question.
was gonna say too
Because
many variables,
what's her
bro.
butt to gut ratio? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, are her nipples big old dinner plates? Or they small quarters? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's so much that goes into this, dude.
Yeah, the
But
BGR
if
is a
you're
big
not,
factor.
if you're doing
Butt to
your
gut ratio.
position, if you're doing your position, you don't even see the tits.
No, man. Because
Okay.
you see him initially naked, so it's gonna be in my head. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
So all I gotta say is your ansers were
What would
not
be your
what
answer?
I was thinking.
Yeah, what would you think we were thinking?
Because you just think we're scumbags.
Exactly.
don't you? My God.
Yeah, this is how guys think.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I would take the 8. Like, I'm just gonna cruise, man.
Right.
No, I didn't
yeah.
think you would. I didn't think you were gonna do the threesome. Sam, I got.
Yeah.
Jordan's about what I got, but it was more like your number range.
disappointed.
What I was
I was
Oh, the
thinking.
number range. I see.
Yeah, it's more the number range. Yeah.
Oh, the 8 and 2. I almost said 9 and 1, but I was like, that's fucked up. What is a 1? No one should be a 1. I'm not saying anyone's a 1.
What's
We're all
a 1?
beautiful inside, right?
Probably
bro.
350 pounds.
I'm thinking, yeah, I was thinking,
Good soul, dude. And if I'm doing it to save the world, I'll get it done.
what if he had shallow Hal's
me.
vision?
If you had Shallow House Vision, then everyone's a 10.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, that movie, that was onto something on that one.
That movie was genius, dude.
Yeah, Jesus, banana fingers. Yeah, I love that scene.
It's banana hands, actually.
Dude,
Touche,
she
you're
remembers-
absolutely right.
She remembers
Absolutely
every
right.
single movie quote. Every single movie quote.
Nothing gets by you. I appreciate that.
Never. But hey, guys, we got to wrap this up. We hit that time. Danielle Cravat, Sam Komalafe, and Jordan Jimiola.
And you guys take on that journey. Back to you, Tim.
What are you talking about?
Is that your sign off?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're supposed to come up with sign offs?
I don't know we had a
That would be
sign-off.
like shamalama ding dong.
like, no.
That's all I got.
I was
got
thinking
nothing.
of your guys' followers. Like, let's go. You can't have your goers. You're totally like seekers. So you're adventurers. So you take on that journey. Don't be afraid to take on that journey.
Don't fear to take on that journey. Go after things you
You
want
stay
in life.
classy, beautiful people, and take on that
before
journey.
we take off, not to say too much, Sam, but I just want to say I'm proud of my boy Sam here. He made a strong financial move this week. Really proud of him, dude.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Sam, we haven't
appreciate it, bro.
discussed this. I'm
Yeah.
offended.
We will later.
Yeah,
We
come
will.
on,
We'll
don't do it.
discuss it on here. Yeah, but
Okay. Well,
proud of you.
congratulations.
Yes, I always
Record
want
it.
to
I wanna hear
celebrate.
that.
Thank you,
I
bro.
want to always celebrate my friends' wins. Small, great, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's a
good on
step.
you.
Thank
But
you,
anyways, let's get a let's go in 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody. And that's it. Thank you for listening in, everybody. I'd like to thank our sound engineer who makes this podcast happen and makes us sound very good, Stephen Clark. And to our first sponsor, 89 Barbers. Look good, feel good, be great. Come get your haircut at 2 locations, Long Beach and in Orange, California. Your appointment can be booked at 89barbers.com. That is BARBRERS. 89barbers.com. Again, look good, feel good, be great. Check it out. It's my barber. He is the man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.